What is up, guys? Nathan here with Kenz Gaming. Today I wanted to try something a little new. Maybe you guys would like it, maybe you guys won't. If you do or don't, make sure to comment in down below, and I'll make sure to read it and see what you guys think. Some of y'all don't know, but me and Kenzie have been best friends for about 5 or 6 years now. I came to middle school, and I think 6th grade I came to a new school. Didn't know anybody. Didn't have any friends or anything like that, and then throughout 6th grade I really didn't really have any friends, and then when it came to the end of 6th grade, I think we had art class together actually, and that's kind of where we started to talk and stuff and bond. And then when it came to 7th grade, we both had an Xbox 360, and we figured out that both of us had an Xbox 360, and we started playing Xbox together. We used to wake up on weekends. We used to, when it was Friday, we used to see that it was, that it'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning on Fridays, playing video games all the way till then. And then we'd seriously be like, hey man, I'll catch you in the morning. 7 in the morning comes, 9 in the morning comes, we'll be back on Xbox playing Xbox. So we bonded a lot through Xbox, which is pretty crazy. After a while, we came closer and closer. I think around 8th grade. Yes, it was 8th grade. I actually went and spent the night at his house for the first time to hang out and play Xbox and stuff like that. It was actually a lot of fun. And that's kind of how we started to bond more and more. Throughout the years, through freshman year, we were always like best friends. We had English together, so we were really, really close friends then. And then after a while, since I was always at his house, I would always spend, it actually turned into me spending the night for like 4 days in a row, going home, and then like for 1 day, and then coming back for another 4 days. And since it was kind of like that, I just thought to myself, I was like, well, there's no point in really coming over, like, after school, staying all day, and then it be a weekend, staying all day, and then just coming right over the next day in the morning time. There's no point in really going home. So after a while, I think the longest I spent at his house without going home was like a month. I didn't go home for about a month because I was always at his house, and I believe that was like the first time ever that happened, and my parents were okay with it as long as I was in a safe under a safe roof and stuff. His parents took care of me. They were really nice. And then it turned into like, and then we moved together. I mean, we moved from one house to a place out in a campground. We lived there for a while, and then we ended up moving into the house that we are in now with his family. And I don't know, we've been together for I've been living with him for about, I don't know, probably like 6 months now. I've been living at his house. It's a lot of fun, man. I mean, living with your best friend is probably the funnest thing ever. I mean, wake up in the morning, get to hang out, play video games, record, go to work, come back home, play video games. I mean, it's a lot of fun, man. I love it. But that's pretty much how me and Kinsey originated, and then we wanted to try something that everybody else was doing. Like, we saw that people on YouTube were having a bunch of fun doing their own little job, and me and Kinsey thought that was probably the coolest thing ever. We were like, dude, we gotta try this. I think we recorded like a 2-hour video on Horizon Jock for a high round attempt. I remember doing that with Kenz, but we recorded it with a computer actually, which was like so bad, quality was horrible. And finally, a couple days ago, we just got the Elgato HD60, and that's what I recorded this gameplay with right here. And actually, I just bought the Blue Snowball mic, and it actually just came in a couple days ago. So right now, I'm using the Blue Snowball mic and the Elgato, and its commentary is much better. The gameplay is much better. But aside all that, finally got through how me and Kinsey hung out, how we became best friends, how we became brothers. What next I'm going to be talking about? So I wanted to try a little story, and since I finally got that story out of the way of how we like became best friends, this story is more about it's actually a really funny story, is how me and Kinsey almost got charged with trespassing. It was the funniest, worst like most horrible, scariest experience of my life. I was absolutely terrified. Um, Actually, we were so me and Kinsey, we always would like to go outside, play outside, and then we would always mess with like the neighbors and stuff. We would always go ding dong ditching. I believe one time we took a fire extinguisher, went outside and just sprayed it in the middle of the night just to see what would happen. Um, but then one night, I think it was like 9 at night. I don't know why we did it so early, but it was like 9 at night, and we went ding dong ditching, and we didn't know this, but we ended up ding dong ditching the president of the HOA in the neighborhood. We ended up ding dong ditching his house, which was like the most horrible thing to do, because not only did we ding dong ditch his house at 9 at night, but his front door was wide open and he had a glass door closed, and like little did we know that there was a ginormous camera sitting right on the front door, right next to the gutter. I mean, during daytime you could drive by and see this camera, and it's the worst thing. We did not see this camera, and I think a month went by. Everything was fine. Like, we had no idea what was going on. Like we completely forgot about that. We even went ding dong ditching, and a month goes by, and then one day I think I was at a party with my family, and I get a text from my dad, and he's freaking out, like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "What did I do? I have no idea what I did. What's wrong?" And he says, he says, "I'm gonna deal with it." And I said, "Deal with what? What's going on?" He's freaking me out. Like, I have no idea what's going on, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm like freaking out. I'm so scared. I have no idea what's going on, because like, if your dad texts you something like that, like, something's going on. Something really freaky is going on. And then I call my stepmom. I'm like, "Ames, what's wrong? What's going on? Like, why is that freaking out? I don't know what's going on. He won't tell me anything." She said, "I have no idea. I'll figure it out." And she texts him, and my dad's mad that I asked Amy, because he didn't want her to be part of it, and he was mad. And then after like a couple hours of me freaking out to myself and Kinsey freaking out, we're like, "Dude, what is going on?" And finally he calls me, and he's like, "You know, you're getting charged with trespassing." I'm like, whoa, trespassing where? Trespassing? What are you talking about, trespassing? When did we trespass? He said a while ago you and Kinsey went ding dong ditching. And like, it's seriously, like, it was so long ago that I had to think to myself for a while what he was talking about. And I was like, where? And he said in the neighborhood and where Kinsey lived. And I was like, oh, why is the dude charging us? And how does he know it's us? And he's like, because there's a picture of y'all two ding dong ditching, and I'll put up the picture in the video. But and he said, "There's a picture of y'all ding dong ditching this guy's house at 9 at night, and now they want to charge you for trespassing." And I was like, "What? Why would they want to charge us for trespassing?" And I'm freaking out. I'm terrified. I think trespassing like minimum is like 30 days. Or something like that, and I'm seriously freaking out. Like, I wasn't crying. I was like, in the inside I was freaking out, crying. I was praying. Like, I was swinging on a swing set and praying at the same time. I was freaking out. I was really, really terrified. And then he's like screaming at me, and I have no idea what to do. Like, I think that I'm about to get taken away. Like, they might like ship me off or something like that. And then he says. And then he hangs up after a while. An hour or two goes by, and then he calls me back, and he says that my uncle is actually a police officer, and he tells me that my uncle talked to the guy to let it off, and because actually the way that they found out that it was us is because of the guy when he came to the precinct with the picture of me and Kinsey ding dong ditching. When he came with the picture, my uncle actually was the one that responded and was there to talk to him, and had no idea. And then when he took one glance at the picture, he just started laughing so hard because he knew exactly who was in the picture. It was so funny. But honestly, like, I was so terrified. And then And I believe my dad was like, oh, you need to come over to the house and we need to talk about this. And then I came to the house and I talked to him, and I was really scared because I don't know about y'all, but if you're a guy and your dad yells at you, it hurts a lot, because your dad, like, I don't know, if I'd rather take a butt whooping than my dad to say that he's disappointed in me. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that's how it is with me. But he was disappointed and he was talking to me, and then Uncle Rick came over, which is the police officer, and he's talking to me, and he's like, yeah, y'all just need to be careful, y'all shouldn't be doing these things, because the actual reason that the guy came and was going to charge was just because, oh, I have no idea why he was going to charge, but he said that it was pretty much because there was a ex-military guy, and he had like PTSD, and he shoots at people that comes on his property, and he didn't want us to like walk on his property by accident, like get shot at, or something happens, or something bad happens. And so we're seriously thanking, like, God up above that we did not get charged with trespassing. And my uncle's like, yeah, you guys need to chill out with all that, because y'all could have gotten in a lot of trouble and stuff like that. I mean, I was honestly terrified. But yeah, that's one of our stories from when me and Kenzie were growing up. This was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, honestly. If y'all want to, I mean, this is the first time I ever did one of these, but if you guys want to hear any more of these stories, or if you guys enjoyed it, or if you didn't, even if you didn't enjoy it, if you did, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, please comment down below. I will definitely get back to you guys. I will make sure to comment and make sure that I'm gonna make sure that I'm bringing y'all the best commentary, the best gameplay, the best everything that y'all want to hear. So please comment down below if y'all wanna, if you don't like anything. If you do like anything, I mean, comment down below if you want to say something. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening to the video. And this is Nathan from Kenz and Nate Gaming, and I will see you guys later.